All right. So here's what we're doing. Are you ready? I'm going to show you guys how to graph a piecewise function on your calculator. And then I'm going to show you how to check the derivative of a piecewise function in your calculator on the off chance this ever happens on a calculator active portion of the AP exam. So you can do it quickly without doing it by hand. Okay? So we're going to hit the y equals button. Sorry, let me get out of this. There we go. Okay. We're going to hit the y equals button. And you're going to type negative x squared minus 6x minus 9. And now we're going to switch from plugging in a function to programming a computer. All right? So hit the divide by button so you can get a slash in there. And then put a parenthesis. We are about to put the limited domain in. Okay? We're going to tell the calculator only use this function if the x is less than -1. Does that make sense? Okay. So I need to put an x in there, so go ahead and put an x. And then the way that we program it to be less than -1 is we hit second math. Second math is where your inequality symbols are. So we are going to say less than, option number 5, less than -1, end parentheses. So your calculator will not treat this like you divided this by something. It's going to treat this as I'm graphing that parabola, but I'm only graphing it for when x is less than -1. That's what your calculator is going to do.
Wait, what button did you press?
Second math? Okay. Then we're going to do the second one. We're going to do 4x. And I put a slash, so it's a divide by, but I'm not actually dividing. I'm programming my calculator. And I'm going to put a parenthesis, and now I need to put x is greater than or equal to -1. So I'm going to hit second math. The greater than or equal to symbol is number 4. -1. And if you graph that, you'll be able to see, you can watch it graph. Oh, I need to change my window. Yeah. Now this makes it pretty stinking easy. If you look at this graph, is it differentiable at -1? Clearly not. Does that make sense? Very clearly we have a cusp there. We have a sharp corner. But you can do this on the test if it's calculator active, which it won't be, but it's a nice thought, right?
Wow.
All right, so here's how you can double check. Anyone remember how to find the derivative at a specific point on their calculator? Second trace. Second trace number 6. So if you go down there and you try to find the derivative at -1, do you see what? Let me try it again. It should give you an error message. I'm plugging in -1 for x. It's having a hard time. It's not answering either way. So if it gave me the derivative, it should say dy dx equals a number. It's not saying that, but it's definitely not giving me an answer. Does that make sense? Okay. One of the other ones I did, it actually gave me an error message. It told me I did it wrong, but do you guys see how I just tried to find the derivative at -1 and it did not give me an answer? So that's kind of a way to check yourself. If you're looking at the picture and you're like, oh, that might be differentiable, and then you try to find the derivative in your calculator, it's not giving you anything, there's a pretty good chance you can't find the derivative. Okay? All right, shall we try another one? We're good at plugging it in? You think you got it? Okay.